for coming in. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Today, we're going to be diving into the New World Aeternum open beta, which has gone live today. I've heard there's a couple of issues, but this is New World after all, I think. What else are we going to be expected here? So I'm going to make a character. We're going to have some good fun times. While I kind of just riff on this intro, let me go ahead and fire up, make sure the stream is live on everything, and we can go from there. If you guys are interested, you can always join me over on Discord to hang out and voice chat, just like I got Yamrin here already popping in. The top link in the description is going to get you there. And yeah, I would love to have you. I'd like to treat these as kind of open mic call-in shows as a way. How are you feeling about the state of MMORPGs? How are you feeling about New World? What's going on in your life? Are you struggling with some stuff? Well, we can talk about that. I kind of run my channels. If you guys are brand new, none of this, what I'm about to say, is going to make sense. But for those of you who've been, supporting and watching and, coming back to the content, kind of treat this as our own like virtual men's group, as something to call it anything else. But yeah, all right. I think I've officially got it up over on X, which would be great. So that's perfect. Therefore, if anybody's looking for it, they can find the content over there as well. On that note, I'm gonna bring in my my Discord group. What's up, Yamrin? Happy Friday, sir.
Friday, sir. You have an early day?
I had an early day. I'm also taking a short day because I had a long day on Wednesday, so I worked late. So I have a buffer of a little bit of a couple of windows of hours, and yeah. Oh, we got cutscene. We got cutscene. October 1609, Port of Amsterdam, the Dutch Republic.
Okay.
Oh, they've done a good job. This is, you got the camera zoom, you got the ship moving in.
I don't like it.
Oh.
Sailing to an uncharted island with strange folk aboard.
Keep your voice down. I just don't want the captain to hear you.
That ain't the captain I'm worried about. It's our priest. If he's a man of the cloth, I'm the Virgin Mary.
What's up, Lord? What's going on, Russ?
All you seek will soon be yours, Captain. It is indeed the island of legend.
So you say.
So you say.
If you're wrong, the price of the voyage will be paid in blood. Yours. And those vagabonds you brought along.
They merely seek adventure, Captain. The island calls to those who forge their own destiny.
Quality cutscene right there. And Wes says, and you go new scrubber after most recent news, the New World Post. Thanks, man. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Loved you summed up my hopes and worries about the new direction of the game. Yes, I'm so glad you checked out the video. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot.
All right, back.
All right. Oh, character creation. I'm a controller player, guys. They added in controller support, but now it's even better. I like to, if we're sitting here, if anybody's watching this as a VOD and they're like, hey, should I pick up New World or should I check it out? You're like, hey, what should I start out as? I honestly think survivability is really good. Sword and shield and hatchet is a really good starting combo. If you want to go a little bit something, fun, the sword bearer, which is going to give you the great sword, and the blunderbuss, which is like a shotgun. I think survivability. I think about like less downtime when running from one thing to the next, but I'm gonna go sword bearer in this case. I'm gonna go and play that. Nice thing is I can just press X right here. Boom. Moving on, moving forward. I'm gonna take this character. This is a beta. I'm not gonna invest in them a long time. And I'm gonna see here. Let's see if somebody took Ginger Prime. Did somebody claim my name on the beta? They have. The name is in use. Ah, man, they got me. Ginger Prime Z. I don't know why I would throw a Z in there, but I did, and it works. Okay, there we go. Ginger Prime Z. Back when I played Final Fantasy 11. Oh, world is full. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Population high. Population high. U.S. East Beta 2. Okay, cool. Select world. Continue. All right, it's gonna let me into beta server 2. Ginger Primus. Lord Drifter, I wish I saw your message 5 seconds before I named it. Back in Final Fantasy 11, I named my character Brinz, B-R-I-N-N-Z, because I have Bryn as kind of a...
You lied to me, priest.
You lied to me,
I
priest.
warned you the journey would be difficult.
You said nothing about sailing through the very gates of hell.
Hell is all but inevitable for one such as you, Aldous Thorpe. The island offers something much greater than gold. Redemption. For me, and perhaps even for you. Do not fear the storm, Captain. Faith will see us through.
Is that CG, you think? Like mix of in-game and cinematics? Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, man. Oh, nice. Oh, maybe. Here we go. Boom, baby. Yeah. Musket, like, that's one of the weapons that I haven't used that much of. Oh, okay, here we go. Camera got a little bit wonky. Okay, give me another. There we go. Lock on target. Stay on target. There we go. I thought I set it to invert my sticks, but maybe I have to do that just for controller.
I prefer usually either greatsword hatchet or hammer hatchet.
Okay.
And then with musket, I usually pair rapier. But
Oh yeah, musket rapier. That's a good pairing. I usually, focusing it on the stats, right? Like, you know, strength. Or in my case, I end up playing. I like playing the healer, and so like primarily focus, which then ties real well into fishing. And then they got the swimming. Whee! All right, let me pull up my settings. Well, let me pull up my settings. There we go. That's the select button, and then settings, controller. Camera. Invert. There we go. There we go. That's better. Thank you for the Twitch follow. I don't know. I don't think there's a Twitch campaign going on right now, but if you guys ever do like to get drops and stuff like that, that is something you can get from the Twitch side of things. And the top link in the description will get you there. So far, the beta is pretty impressive, namely because of just that cutscene, Nemesis. Like, they've set a high tone. What were you gonna say, Cameron?
He said, how do you get into the beta?
Oh, you just got to go download the beta from Steam or Xbox or PlayStation. It's on every platform.
Okay.
SWAT 2. Perfect. All right. Swap weapons with the Y button. You lock on with the right, pressing down like on the right stick, which is nice. I'm glad it doesn't auto lock on. That would be, I don't like when it's like forcing you.
Right.
Oh, hello, treasure chest. But yeah, so the open beta is straight up download. I think if you just search New World wherever, it's gonna pop up.
Almost 28,000.
Just on the beta? Is that on PC? Yes. Give me some skills. I'm gonna go pure damage. Boop, boop, boop. Dude, the game is gorgeous, man. Like, that's the thing I said in the video. It's always interesting because you'll get the people who are like, this game sucks. It's like, you're just repeating what you've heard. And then not that it's like, are you gonna love the game after 1,000 hours? But it's like, this game at its core, I think just hooks you. Look at that, look at that. You got that freaking deer. You know, it's like it is like an incredible, like I've always loved stepping into this world and I cannot wait to see where they go with it. That's what that video was really about. Like, what follows October?
So on Steam, there's about 11,300 players in the beta.
That's great. That's great.
That's not too bad.
No. Well, because then again, you got the people on the consoles and stuff like that. So it's like having that extra population, because MMOs really do need, you know, like you want a population. So you're getting into matches, you're getting into your dungeons, you know, you're having those experiences. Yeah. Oh, something killed the deer. The corruption. It's really cool that they are like showcasing this. So for those of you who are brand new, the Tempest dungeon, which was kind of the original end of this main story dungeon, had a very similar look and feel, and it was so visually impressive when you stepped into it that it's really cool that they're bringing in and showing the corruption's tentacles and things like that. Like this sun right here. This is great. This is a good example of that.
You must become something greater. The fountain. Drink and accept my gift.
Interesting. It's all new stuff here, guys. Because first he was corrupted, but she's having him drink from the fountain, which I would say, if you think about this as the story of the Fountain of Youth, you know, all those legends and stuff. Oh, so now he's even more corrupted. And he's got magical powers. I would love to be able to summon my sword. All right, corrupted Captain Thorpe, of course.
blessings surge within me. Everlasting glory will be ours.
Oh, he's growing bigger. Oh, wow. He got bigger. Get out of that. Oh, he stopped my attack. Hey, what was that? Sir, roll with the reprimed sub. Thanks for using those Bezos bucks on me, buddy. I know you got a choice. All right, let me heal up. All right. There we go. Perfect. Oh, gosh. Oh. There you go. All right. Thank you, sir. Kids are doing great, Zombie. I've been playing and coaching baseball with the boys. Got one girl in soccer right now, 2 girls in dance. Kids are doing great. Yeah, that's what if they can do what ESO does by releasing kind of a yearly expansion and get people trained up in that, I think that will work out well in their favor.
You have failed.
Interesting. Okay.
You have stolen.
Interesting.
What is mine?
Oh, wow, we're seeing her right out the
And
gate.
now, you will join me.
Dude, Amazon has not spared any money on that, guys. Holy crap.
No matter. You will be mine soon enough.
All right, Isabella. Wow, guys, that was a really fun opening. When it comes to differences in the release, obviously
hot, not gonna lie.
You like the Spanish corrupted lady? So like if you've been playing there's going to be 2 main challenges that this game's going to face for veterans. Is that I have the Elysium expansion. You have this, so here's this new character cutscene going on. That's new for everybody. But
A strongman, are you?
yeah, if that's not interesting to you,
And you still have your soul.
we'll see.
You should be proud.
Should be proud. No subscription required.
subscription agent.
It is a
No
buy-to-play
subscription
game. It is a buy-to-play game, and that also has like additional stuff. So let me see. Do they have this? No, they don't have the store up in the beta, but you have like cosmetics. You have the seasons. So you have seasons that you can choose to opt in, opt out to. Namely, what they've really done and put a lot of work in is the activities. So you have Dungeon Finder. You have all kinds of new tools and things like that to kind of play. But I think what for the veterans like myself, like I have a maxed out Cap character with really great gear. Like I'm gonna enjoy this game for the new things that they've done, like with the story and being able to play with more people. That's gonna be a real win for me. But that we're not getting another new dungeon here that I'm aware of. And we will, and I'm looking forward to when they add that. I just hope that follows the release of October pretty tightly. Like sometime in December that there's like another, hey guys, update, we've added more content. So people are like, oh, cool, let me check out, the new dungeon. I'm really looking forward to that, yada, yada, yada.
Let the air fill your lungs.
Reports overrated.
You're a liar.
Death and been born again, like
The
new.
more you say it, the less it's likely to be true.
Wait, born again? Uh-oh, guys. We got the culture war from the right coming in. We're all Christians now.
Those small feet. You
I
died.
know born again
And
Christians.
it won't be the last time.
I find they're
This
very
is Aeternum. No one gets away that easy.
evangelistic.
Yeah.
Born again Christians.
We're on a ship.
Nothing wrong with
Smashed
it.
by
just
the
it's,
Stormfall,
yeah.
of course. Like everyone else here.
Overused trope.
Maybe
It's a little
you
off-putting.
forget.
No,
You're
it's
blown
like
to your head,
when you're
kid.
trying to spread the word of God, you don't just like, geez, you know,
But
you
it
don't
will
like,
pass.
yeah.
Your soul is strong. That's what
You don't-
matters. Most aren't so
You know,
lucky as
pushing
we are.
people's face like scripture and Jesus loves you and all that
They
stuff.
are
Yeah.
reborn as something else.
And they tend to do that,
corrupted.
and it's really annoying.
Yeah, well, I would think that's because that's the only
Scum.
tool that they know
We should not dwell on
to
such
have. Like
dark
that's like
matters.
if you only have one tool in your tool belt, that's your hammer.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So chat's asking, where do you get in the beta? So it is a free download. I'm playing on Steam right now. You can go on Xbox and PlayStation. I would search New World and see obviously if something gets returned, and then you should be able to install it. In fact, they had pre-installs rocking and rolling as of the 11th. So I downloaded and installed this game 2 days ago, and it just came up earlier today.
But you must be starving, friend.
Solomon
I
says you get
always
the beta
feast
from the
after
normal
dying.
console stores.
You must
Nice.
fill that
Thank you,
belly
Solomon.
of yours before it
So,
disappears.
but you can also, for PC, you get it on Steam.
Don't worry.
Or I
Many
imagine,
boars roam wild just off the
possibly
beach.
the Amazon
They're
Game
little
Store.
on the skinny side, but
Amazon
juicy if you
Games.
cook them right.
Yeah, they have like a platform for gaming.
I like this Viking guy.
Yes, and you will also want a skinning knife, because boar skin tastes like hair, mostly. Gather flint and wood, and then join me and Erda at our campfire. She will like you, I think.
It'll say New World Astonishing Realities. It'll say New World Aeternum Open Beta, or should say Open Beta. Is the beta only for this weekend? And
Yes. And the beta is a 3-day beta, which seems
Is there
interesting.
Any other ones? Are there any other betas announced? I don't think so.
Be sure to grab these pages, as they will give you nice little experience boosts.
Yeah. I'm hoping they fix the missing page.
Yes, dude. But
Rest
a
in
part
peace.
of me as a veteran New World player, I'm just like, yeah, we're probably gonna have bugs. It's like I've got to just like, I'm not gonna get mad about it. I'm like, okay, we'll cross that bridge when we cross that
Yeah.
bridge. I don't have a skinning knife yet. I was just looking for more flint because I know I'm gonna need more than what I gather. There we go. All right, sweet action. Craft a skinning knife at Erda's campfire. What's up, Jordan?
Do you have skin? Skin. Like skin? Do you have skins? I mean, you
Yeah,
probably
there's
does.
definitely skins. I have a bunch of stuff, dude. Like, I really love this game, and it's so funny because it's like people hate that I love this game so much.
It's not a bad. I mean, listen.
Yeah,
you
there's
know, people
problems.
take this out of it.
Yeah,
There's issues with it. Clearly, I mean, no game is perfect.
right.
But
I love the Warcraft players.
I know, right?
We'll just craft that thing that they want me to craft. Now talk to them. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Also, thanks for the 23 likes, by the way. It's a great free way of supporting the mission here.
Of course it's well crafted, Erda. They were following my
Are they
instructions.
bad? I mean,
More likely a
no,
natural
because
this
Greatsword
one.
also scales off
That's
of
good, stranger.
dexterity
Yep.
equally.
Now you will need wit
So,
and skill
Greatsword and
if you
Musket is
wouldn't
fine.
languish on Aeternum. The town of Corinth up the road is mostly safe, but out here, we are on our own.
That's why when I played, I did great sword
I've never
and
been
bows,
well
'cause
suited
fuck
to
y'all.
village life, but many here
I like the
seek
flail.
refuge
Like
of
I'm as a
community
healer,
to
like
feel safe.
life staff flail. Love
They
it.
fool themselves.
Everyone has
Nowhere
the best
is
life
safe
skills
on
next to
Aeternum.
FF14. I think
may escape
FF14's life skilling
Pain,
is terrible.
suffering, and even madness.
Gosh, like playing New World, like I
we
wish
are
that
all a
we would
little
see them
mad on this
adopt some of
island.
the New World life skill stuff
But
into
your
14.
mind is probably consumed with hunger right now, I suspect.
I hate FF14's approach to
Yes, those beasts trample everything in
to
sight. You won't
crafting
have to go far to
and gathering.
find them. Hunt and scale
Well, and that's
the bowl,
because
then cook
they have
them.
crafting as always just this stopgap between like actually progression. So it has like, and you see this because you have value during windows of time in 14. And that seems for me like, I'm like, wow, that's, you know, if it was a player driven economy, crafters should be able to make the same tier as the raiders, but you balance that through economic levers. So it's like, but I say that, and anybody who's been trained up in pure theme park is like, oh, I don't want that, and that's fair, you know, like, you know, but, and I don't see 14 changing, because if you're gonna fully go the player driven economy route, like there's definitely some pros and cons, which I listed in the video that I put out just this week, and thank you all so much for the support on that video. It's my biggest video that I've had on the channel in, you know, in a couple of months. That boar. I'm gonna get some more boar meat. There we go. Great sword 3, baby. Dude, yeah, I'm very curious about how you guys feel about the game on console. I guess like that's something I could try. I could go and, you know, download the beta and play on console. It is not cross progression, which is the only reason why I was like, well, I would buy the game on console if it was my character on PC and my character on console. It's cross play, so we can play together whether you're on console or not, but no cross prog. I was like, if Amazon did that, they would have gotten another $40 for me or whatever it would cost, right? Like
that is a major faux pas.
I hope that with Lord of the Rings, since this is basically the beta for the Lord of the Rings MMO, that they solve that problem as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, all right, cool. You know, New World walked so Lord of the Rings could run.
Ah, successful hunt? Enter. Yes, it smells like you cooked it just right. If there is any left over,
yeah,
give it here.
Too, that
Best not to
Blue
let it go
Protocol,
to waste, you know.
Blue Protocol was
Hunt and
canceled.
cook your own
Oh,
bowl,
dude.
lazy.
I saw
being
a
canceled.
mobile video that's saying it's actually
He's
back.
teasing me.
It's
Of
the mobile
course.
version.
I'm
Gotcha.
just taking a moment to recover my strength before wading back in to cut down the
He knows how to
corrupted.
grow a channel. It's like,
Yeah.
During
we
rebirth,
we can
the
complain about
souls
it, but it's like,
become
I clicked on the
plagued
damn
by
video. You got me.
I
They're
didn't
like
click
demons,
on the video because I'm
possessed
like, that
only
doesn't
with the
sound right.
desire
But
to
you
spread
took the
their
message.
madness.
You know, headlines, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, $60 already.
Only
So
your
New World
store.
could have gotten, Amazon could have gotten another $60 out of me, easy, Disco Ray, if they had cross progression.
Ooh, that's
They might get a $60 out of me anyway, because like if I put this on console and so my wife and I play or something like that, I could see that being a possibility.
Oh,
That's a tough sell for.
you knew.
I think
the wreckage of your ship is
That
just
also, but that
across
price
the
also
border.
includes the
There
expansion.
is nothing
No,
and
$60
no one that
or
can be saved.
80.
All you can do now
think- wait.
is put your former crewmates to
this
rest.
is PTR. This is
Hope
not
they
PTR.
don't
This
return.
is the.
If you want to
New
do the
World
deed
Aeternum
yourself,
beta, open beta,
I would understand.
not PTR.
Right.
Keep your weapon at the ready. As long as you don't get overrun, you should be fine.
Be fine. And if you get to a certain level within the,
Is it playable on the Steam Deck?
yes.
I would assume so.
There have been issues with the current build, not this new build. This is like they have gone in and put a lot of effort into it. So I'm wondering if it will become Steam Deck verified. I hope that would be the case. I tend to play the game on GeForce Now.
Hey, buddy.
All right. Now if I go in and I think I got another piece of gear. Oh yeah. Perfect. And then I can select this and I can say salvage. I love it. Okay, nice. And then let me open this up.
Oh, yeah?
And then I don't have those other spots open up. That's okay. Left bumper and B to eat a little bit of food. I like how food plays a good part of this game. Let's go into my character and let's increase my strength and my constitution.
Food? No? Okay. Okay. I respect that.
Where's Somali?
Relentless rush. All right, let's go over here and see what's up. It's no longer on Steam? It's got to be on Steam, dude. Just search New World. Let's see here. Let me pull up Steam real quick.
I'm going to Steam right now.
New World store page.
Let's
see here. And then it says play the New World playtest now, and it's in green. Let me see if I can toss this up for you, dude, and show you at least what I'm seeing. And then
Okay, so here's what you have to do, right? You have to go to the New World store Steam store page and then scroll down and it'll say join the New World playtest.
yeah, mine
And
says
that's
play
what you
because
do.
I hit the join, and this should say like, what Yemron just said. So that's what you got, what you need to do. Hopefully that helps. Boom, boom, boom.
So
But I told it not to kill the music whenever my window isn't selected. Okay. Yep. I like how seamless it is when switching between everything. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on, please. 1 second. Hang on. Character customization's definitely better. I like the streamlined approach that they've added to the character creation process as well, where you get to pick some builds, but then you're not locked into that build for all eternity. You just, it's just how do you want to start? So you're not like hoping that something will drop for you.
yeah, it's not like a class.
Yeah.
It's like
It's still classless. Yeah.
It's still a classless system, which is good. I like that. Now I've been thinking about getting back into Warcraft. I need to start making money before I do that.
World of Warcraft?
Yeah. I've been watching some buddies play it.
Nice.
Yeah.
The new expansion?
Yeah. Seems pretty legit. I've also just been craving like the shaman.
Yeah.
Shaman. So, because it's just a really good feel.
Go, but that's just me.
I don't like enhancement. I tried enhancement. I couldn't get into it.
Big barrel wolves. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Zap? No.
They've improved the controller over the in this build over than what we got in the spring. Which is great. Which is great. What's up, Avon? How are you? Ivan? Avon? Let me know. Evan? Man, I was way off. Samsonite?
See, Urta, see! I knew our friend here would prove worthy. Who better to tutor a new arrival in the ways of Aeternums than us?
This new corruption spreads like fire. And as you can see, it is now at our doorstep. It's quite concerning.
Must you be so grim? You'll scare off our new friend here. We always find a way through, do we not? In fact, I heard pistol shots a few minutes ago. There may still be others out there in the wreckage who have not lost their souls. I agree. There are many shipwrecks, but If we move fast, we can cover them all by the day's end.
Ooh, Disco
Stop being
Ray,
so
new fiber.
thick-headed, Elster.
Yeah, dude.
Those ships will just be followed by more. Until you find the cause of the corruption, it will only get worse.
Aha! Yes, we will spread out. You can search for survivors, my friend. As it reminds me, I must search for the source of this menace.
I'm not sure which undertaking is the greater risk.
I'm on PC right
But
now, Mast. This is
It's
also
no
on
matter to
Xbox
me.
and
I will
PlayStation.
remain here at the camp.
New gen stuff, the
I am
series and the
sorry we
PS5.
cannot venture forth together. But while you search for survivors, I will find our next challenge. I will meet you back here.
All right. Searching for survivors. Ah, thank you, Solemn. Dropping in great advice and shit. One of the negatives that you'll hear a lot about the game, obviously, is that it's got a problem with bots. And any game that has, any online game that has player trading, that's always going to be a constant battle.
It's not as severe as people think it is.
It isn't as severe because people make assumptions. That's the one thing that Amazon could do to really remedy that, is put out like a weekly report. Like, hey, we got, 1,000 bot reports, and we investigated it, and we found that 150 were bots, 750 were not, or something like that.
That's what some Korean games do.
Yeah.
Korean MMOs do.
Because what happens is people feel like they're reporting bots, but nothing is happening. Because they'll still see they'll see a new bot. They might see the same bot. Turns out it's not a bot.
So,
Yeah, no,
here I am, fighting off the
there are
demon
people who
hordes,
act
and I'm
robotically
thinking,
in the game.
how the hell do I
Like,
get
you go
down
up to
from
them
up here?
and, like, get in their way,
So what
and
do you
there's, like,
say?
you know,
Maybe give a girl a hand?
human. PS5
You won't be getting a piece of bread.
Yeah, I should probably download it. I could download it on both and also give my thoughts, because I haven't played it on console.
Back on the sand. You have my thanks. I know a safe spot this way. Come on.
She looks great, bro. Holy crap. I'm sorry. You throw a ginger at me in game, redhead? Hello, baby. What can I murder for you?
She's good.
Brian's simping for fake people.
I'm glad they didn't fall into DEI.
Oh, dude. I think the market is just doing a correction on that.
Well, now.
Grace O'Malley.
Can't tell you what a relief it was.
She
to
looks
see someone
good.
who
Like
was still
the
human.
textures, like the
I
game
was
looks
beginning
even
to think
better.
I was all alone out here.
Dude, she's...
The rest of the world had gone
she's
mad.
a lot more attractive.
Her
than she
hair
was.
also is great.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I was
she's
betting there'd
a
be some
lot
kind of
better
folk
looking than
somewhere on this
what
rock.
she is in the live game.
Figured I'd go
Yeah.
look for it after I'm done out here.
Like in the live game.
I'm not
she's
about to go
kinda
walking
fugly.
away from a whole fleet of fresh salvage. This isn't my first shipwreck,
Love the
you know.
freckles.
One thing I've learned. You have to always
Well,
think
she's a
ahead,
little
keep an
too
eye on the horizon.
Dark.
So-
I
And
mean,
there's
she's a
booty
pirate,
to be
so,
had
yeah,
She's a
here.
pirate.
Countless
Yeah.
treasures captain and crew had stashed on board, if you know where to look.
Now, Freebird says, so they switched this from an MMO to an ARPG. Is that the basic take? It is still actually an MMO. They are marketing the ARPG side of it because it is one of the few actual ARPG MMORPGs. Because it is an action, RPG. I think that's an actually really smart thing to advertise, because MMO has a stigma to it. So when they're talking to the console players out there, it's an action RPG that happens to take place in an online world. That there is no subscription fee to play this. So they can kind of do that in a way that I think gives them actual benefit from letting players come in and play. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm enjoying this game. And then your friends can join you and you're like, oh, wow, this is like an MMO. It's like, well, yeah. Funny you mentioned that.
Of course! Not like these rotters care
Yeah,
a
she
damn
looks
for it.
way better.
And I'd be needing a new ship, a new crew, That takes coin. In fact,
going to New World.
if you want to partner up, I'll split
After
the
I
loot
do some
70
caught missions in
30.
Space Marine, dude.
Or what the hell, 60-40 even.
Chris was thinking about
What do
picking
you
up
say?
Space Marine. I
Then
was
we
like,
can go
all right,
head to
yeah.
that campsite of
Perks, you know,
yours.
scum, man.
That's the spirit. It's a deal. I need to circle back to my own ship to grab what I can. But there's a wreck over there I haven't searched yet.
Yes, Evan.
My first mate went that way, but something happened to him. Don't let it happen to you. Get the ship's manifest, any valuables, and meet me on the other side.
Yeah, level 5.
What's it called? Someone in Discord said there were MMO Bean says there's 16. That was like 15 minutes ago.
There was 16. Sorry, what? 16 what?
Level 16.
Oh wow, way to go, Bean.
So yeah, I think it's a little fast, but oh shit.
I respect the grind. I'm level 5, so I mean it's like it's not unheard of. They want people to get to level 30 for all their rewards.
They only expect level 30, or you can only get to level 30, so I'm not. I guess not terrible. But
Oh, it tells people what platform they're on in the chat. That's so cool.
oh, that's good. A lot of Steam players.
Yeah, a lot of Steam. I see PlayStation, Xbox.
It's good. Whoa, that was weird.
Tommy, I don't know the download sizes for the consoles, S or X or anything like that. I do apologize. I will go and take a look. I'll go download it on mine after I get off stream today, and I'll go kind of see, you know, how bad is it. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I mean, it's not Call of Duty. It's not like, oh, your hard drive belongs to me now.
No, yeah.
Dude, the controller feels incredible. That's all I really ever play with. I know we have Mike who thinks it's overrated, but oh man, like, do I want to get canceled today? It's like, there we go. Perfect. Oh, they're great. Oh, this is there. The one thing I don't like about the greatsword is like when I'm running idly with it, I'm like holding it like this. I'm like, I guess that probably makes sense, but I think it looks a little bit odd.
But yeah,
I'm seeing if someone's knocking.
it's a little weird. Oh, I destroyed him. Wow, did not expect that. Okay. Do you think this is a truly fresh start for New World? Oh, Brian's AFK. Is this an yeah, this is an MMO. Technically, it's
Sorry, kids needed me for a second. The what chat did I miss? I heard you ask a question. Do I think this is a truly fresh start for New World? That's what I heard you say, Cameron. And and so that's coming from Joshua. So this has the potential to be a truly fresh start because it's going to bring in population. It's going to let people who've said that they've wanted to play this game, but they don't have a PC that can run it. And we've seen that. Now, I think that this game's running really well on PC now. I think they've optimized a lot of that, and that it's going to benefit consoles. Crossplay, being that they have that in here and we see that working, is going to be a huge help. Will we see a population dip? Abso-freaking-lutely. Nobody can sustain hype with crazy numbers, especially for that. But with enough players, it really then falls into what is the content that follows this. I do feel like they're going to be on a yearly expansion model. This is their Realm Reborn moment. Next October, they'll have another expansion. If they can deliver content updates between then and now, between October and next year's October that are, you know, adding in new dungeons and all and different things like that, then I think, yeah, this game has that. Because the real reality about these kind of games, especially because New World does have so many unique aspects to it, so many things that when you step in and you play and you're like running around, like the world just captures you, the audio captures you. There's a lot of, I'm running around just talking and not even doing the quest. It has enough unique advantages that I think that as long as they keep making content for it, the game's going to keep going on. If they stop making content, then yeah, then of course, then no one's going to care. So the question ends up being, especially because TV remote users will quit the game when they realize there's no end game or when they get clapped in PvP and opt out. People who get clapped in PvP and opt out, they were going to opt out in any game. You know, like you just get destroyed and you're like, all right, I'm not having fun. Or they just opt out of PvP and still play. End game is a real interesting question because I say in New World, end game begins at level 1. Because everything I'm doing right now has an impact because the game also has a player-driven economy. And so whether you want to invest in, you know, one area, one avenue of progression, that's up to you. There's multiple avenues of progression, and the economy is one of those. So end game begins at level 1 because every coin that you get, every skill that you level up, there you go, you know?
As soon as we find a town, we'll sell them and split the profit.
And that's why I classify New World as a sand park. It's a sandbox and a theme park MMORPG. Obviously, right now you're seeing me play the theme park, which is the quest line.
Unfortunately, I didn't have as much luck as you did. Those damn red-eye rotters are swarming all over the wreckage of my ship.
I'm gonna go build
I
my
worry
own
it's bad luck
theme
leaving
park
behind my
with
own treasures.
blackjack and
I
hookers.
can't get through
In
the
fact,
bastards.
Forget the park.
Now there's a good mate. Tough one too, if you're so confident. No complaints, though. Tell you what, if you can get my stuff back, I'll give you a greater share of our profits. 40-60. Or what the hell, 30-70. What do you say? Most of our cargo was lost at sea, and I got my captain's log on the way out. Burning me now is leaving behind my ship's flag and my lucky wheel. Get those, and then maybe we can meet at that campsite. Works for me.
Yeah. So that's where player-driven economies have to focus in on and keep hunting the bots. But there's also lots of money opportunities when economies scale. So I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker because what you end up seeing people do is they completely cut out player trading and economies, and then the games, everybody's like, well, this game's not fun. But yeah, you gotta maintain that. You gotta always kind of be hunting those bots to keep the economy as sound as possible. But being that people can profit, that means content that, you know, whatever they want to do, that leads them to their goals. That ends up incentivizing that content. And I get the theme parkers, you know, exclusively struggle with that, and that's fair because defining your own fun versus having a curated experience, the curated experiences have been the ones that have won out.
I mean, if you're talking about bots here, we got one in the chat.
We got a bot in chat, Cameron. NPC. Yes, I too share the same opinion that everybody else echoes. See, I've got like across the PTR, the main game, and some additional tests. Like I've got over 1,000 hours. I don't regret a single hour of that. Now I know there's people who played more than me. They might have a different answer, but
we share a great destiny.
Thanks, guys. 42 likes on this stream. I appreciate y'all.
There, make it 43.
Haha, got him.
I thought I did already, but I didn't.
Well, you dropped a Prime sub over on Twitch, so it's like,
yeah,
you've already gone like above and beyond.
Which, if you're on Twitch and you have bases bucks, use them.
You're
Don't have to
back
be here,
just in
but have to
time.
be somewhere.
And
It's
Yeah.
free,
you
free
rescued a
money that
survivor
you're giving
too.
out to
Your
streamers.
legend grows by
from
the
Bezos.
hour.
From Bezos. He gets to keep it if you don't use it.
Grace O'Malley has spirit.
We don't need to make that man
It's
any
not
more
like
richer.
our refuge here. She called me
I think we are
primitive.
by playing his game on his
A former king.
his platform.
Despite
I don't think there's a way around it.
we could use her help against the enemy.
The irony
I
of
think I
mistake.
found what is causing all the corruption.
We don't need to make that man any more richer. Yet Brian's here playing New World. Amazon Games.
I scouted the sea caves along the shoreline.
Yes,
and
you will
I
have to
saw
purchase it.
Many corrupted. Something evil is stirring in there. I can feel it.
Yeah, and there's
As
nothing
if
wrong with
the
that
crimson
casualty.
clouds hovering over
That's
the
where
area
sandbox
wanted to
MMOs
give away.
excel over theme park and solves a lot of
for
problems
days,
that theme
that's where
park
it
players
was coming
eventually
from.
complain about. But if you don't like that, there's there's nothing I'm going to tell you
Now
that's
I have.
you're going to go, oh,
Some dark energy
I like
is
this now.
definitely coming
No.
out of that place.
What it does though is it drives that economy. So if somebody can go and buy their max gear if they want, well, they've got the gold to do so. That gold is then put into somebody in another player's pocket who worked to make said gear, and that essentially continues on. The question is what follows that up, because again, if you don't have anything to chase after in the game, yeah, chances are you're probably gonna go play something else. So what follows October is in my mind the only true question that we don't have an answer for, and that Amazon needs to communicate. And I've stated that honestly, I don't need a detailed list. I just need to know, hey guys, we're dropping an expansion in October 2025. Cool. Hey, we're gonna follow that up with another expansion in October 2026. Just commit to that. And then it becomes an easier conversation, because then when people are like, the population's down, everybody will say, well, yeah, that's what happens. Oh, and then in October, people will come and check it out. And I think the numbers of people who are playing the open beta right now reflect that there is a genuine interest in the game. And thank you so much, Versavasa, with the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Also, if you guys do that, if you have your Twitch and your Discord hooked up, there are Discord perks that we have linked up with Twitch, and I think YouTube as well. Don't quote me on that one.
Nerdy Gamer, yes, this is
See now,
crossplay, but it is
that
not
is the
cross
spirit
progression.
of a warrior. We will charge into battle together, my friend.
10, now you're 25.
It's a shame your pirate companion refuses to join us.
Unless you stop counting
Our poor
prime
girl's
subs.
just survived a shipwreck, and you ask her to face death for a cause she doesn't even understand? I don't blame her. I suspect you will be wasting your breath, but it is yours to waste.
Aye, do not take long, my friend. I will await you at the entrance to the sea caves. But I cannot wait all day. Not when battle beckons.
I like him. Not when battle beckons. And level 6.
Need to up your member goal there, buddy.
Need to up my member goal?
Yeah, because it'll be 10 unless you don't count.
Oh,
prime subs anymore.
thank you. No, I do. You're right. I apologize. Thank you. It's been a while. We haven't had any come in recently. Let's see here, and then let's go to the member goal. So that was you and vice versa. So that takes us to 10. 10 on the day. Boom, baby. Every 25, I gift out 5 to the community. So thank you, thank you. All right, let's see here. Uska was on the outside of camp. Not gonna come into camp.
Look, I'm as
I'm
grateful
having a
as
great
can
time.
be that you reclaim my flag and all. But don't ask me to go on a fool crusade against those red-eyed demons. I don't need a Medal of Valor. Just a coin for me, thank you very much. Your local friends say there's a town a bit up the road. I'll head there and sell this loot. I'll set your part
This
aside
game
until
hasn't
you get
changed
there.
anything in your
For my
opinion?
part, I'll be saving up for a ship to escape this hellish island.
Maybe.
Ugh, those two say there's
I
some
mean, the
kind
basic-
of storm
the basic
wall out
gameplay
there.
still is
but
the
they say
same.
a lot
Yeah.
of things, and I don't believe a word
The
of
biggest
it.
change they
Besides,
made was the
Captain Grace O'Malley never met a
campaign, the
storm
story.
she couldn't navigate. I'll find a way.
That's the biggest thing
You
they've
can
done.
come with me.
And
if
it's
you
not like they just we've sprinkled a little fairy dust on it. They've put a significant level of investment in that. And that's where, like, again, I have a lot of hope for the game's future. I know that they've made mistakes along the way. I've called out those mistakes and been like, this is what I don't like it. This is why I think this is a mistake. And we'll see what happens. I think, again, like for me, it's like,
Have it your way.
what happens
hero.
after October?
I just
If
hope
they
you
can
don't
give me
end
an
up
answer
as
to
one of
that,
those monsters yourself.
that's what I need.
Don't worry about me burning you
yeah.
on the loot. You did me a favor, and I'm good for it. As long as you survive, that is. I'll be there.
How many trolls have you gotten?
How many trolls? Dude, I get trolls all the time, but that's just a part of being a ginger. If you hold down the left bumper and then press up and down on the D-pad, you can zoom out and zoom in. So let me just turn this upside down. Holding down the bumper. You know, I guess you can also just hold it. I was pressing it like a goofball.
Even though Wii U support's ended, there's a meme that's going around that I just saw. Would you rather have four Wii U's at $699, which that's vertical stand included, disc drive included, and has games?
Yeah.
Or would you rather have the PS5 Pro, $699?
Yeah.
Vertical stand sold separately, disc drive sold separately, has no new games announced.
I personally like the one that was, would you have a PS5 Pro or 700 Arizona teas? And I was like, I think I'd go with the teas. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I asked my friend who has a PlayStation 5, and he's a bit of a Sony pony. A bit.
Well, you gave it a try.
Kind of smart, kind of
Your friend
minimally,
is
like,
no
"You
warrior.
getting a PS5 Pro?" And he's like,
Perhaps
"No way,
she
dude."
is like Aeternum, smart.
Just like,
and that will help her
I
survive.
seen another one where it was like when
and
they
he did
announced
get the
it.
PS4
We
Pro.
must be
so
smart
I'm just
too.
like the fact that he's not getting.
The thing is that the PS5, like there's a substantial portion of the gaming community
something new
that does not feel like they've gotten as big of a leap out of that from the PS3 to the PS4. PS3 to PS4, like there was a lot of improvements. PS4 to PS5, yes, we've gotten improvements, but not, I think, to that same degree that we've seen happen every console generation prior. So this is just another step, a step up in that regards, but it's not going to, it's not going to fundamentally give you such an incredible experience,
Yeah, I heard the argument that this is mostly an investor move.
I fear they will attack
in
our
terms
camp.
of like this is a move.
I need to warn Urta. I am. If something happens to her, I could not bear it. She pokes fun at me
Convince
sometimes.
investors that like they're doing well.
I probably deserve it.
Stuff and like to
I
invest
was
more
looking
money.
forward to spilling corrupted blood with you.
Well,
It's
another
true.
meme that I seen too.
I think now I must
on
go
the
back to the
topic
camp.
was that I
I
seen
can't
when
let
they
you have all
announced
the
it,
fun without me.
They said
If
PS5
you-
players trying to tell the difference between the graphics, and they had ladies kneeling down and squinting.
Oh, the Jax film short? There was a Jax Films short that was like that. It's like PS5 has
And
PS5 Pro
they
has higher
shall
resolution.
witness the
Picture
power
like the PS5
manifest.
and the PS5 Pro
The
side
true
by side. It's
future
just
of the
like you can really
human
tell the
race.
difference.
Yeah.
It's like, I keep saying, I kept telling Valve that, like, game graphics have peaked. They haven't really gotten better in the last few years.
Right. And we've seen where it's like games
his
are.
argument is no, that they have, like, substantially, and my argument is, like, no, they haven't. Like,
I think the next big graphical thing that will probably shock people is coming into more augmented reality or virtual reality.
I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. I think what we've seen is also the overall increase of games and their prices. We've from a gameplay perspective, that the gameplay has suffered because of this increasing cost of graphical updates. So maybe that we'll see more like, yeah, graphics kind of leveled out, but the gameplay started to really get really good, in this regard. Like Wukong. Wukong is both beautiful
You steal that which is
and
mine.
it is also
You
incredibly
assault
fun
my
to play.
followers, and now you disrupt my
Dutch, I didn't think
plans.
you were a troll.
This is personal.
Who thought that we were calling them a troll?
Dutch Gamer Royal thought someone said he was a troll, and I'm just like, no, I didn't. He didn't seem like it, or they didn't seem like it. So
another price comparison meme that I actually seen the other day was, would you rather have 4 2B figurines or PS5 Pro? I'll take the 2B for figurines.
Hey, Jester, welcome in.
Some people in chat have said this New World beta is good on their PS5 so far. Yeah. The Bearded Kitten wants to know if you would recommend this on PS5. Bought both PS5 and PC versions of the game so far. With my cerebral palsy, I find it normally easier to play on console. Yeah.
I'm with you 100% on that, and that's why the fact the game does not have cross prog. See, I would pick it up on the other consoles as well. Not only because I felt like I've gotten way more value out of the game than I put money into it. So it's like, let me thank you by buying it on these platforms, so that I'm like, oh, I'm downstairs. I'm just gonna step in and play a little bit. Maybe go for some trophies or some achievements. But no, but yeah, like if that's something you want to do, I might pick up a copy that my wife can play on, and I might level up that character for the achievements, you know. Ooh, cutscene.
I mean, if you find it
time for Brian to plat the game out on console.
Jeez Louise, I'd love to get a platinum.
This island has always guarded the promise of
sets
paradise.
the price of a PS5.
Humanity
Dude, I feel you, man.
So they have CG cutscenes, in-game cutscenes, and they're keeping the animated cutscenes as well, which is great. Like I love how they did these when they started adding them in, and it's like great.
Also, too, they're really the only. They were the first, or one of the first game companies, like MMO companies, to do these sort of.
I tasted the knowledge forbidden to us at creation.
Like they've existed in games before, but not in
of humanity's true potential.
Yeah.
I knew then.
See, that's fine. I mean, dude,
I must correct this ancient injustice and restore the power which is rightfully ours. The heart of the mountain now beats strong with this purpose. After a century of preparation, our campaign has begun. The island's townships already fall before the might of our armies.
Yeah, but they didn't have it in World of Warcraft. What I'm saying is, like, these sorts of animated cutscenes weren't really a thing.
You have stolen the
That's
gift
as far as I'm
meant
aware
for me,
in MMOs.
and now your soul will pay the price. For I will not stop until I have seized back the destiny stolen from us and brought true freedom to the world, both old and new.
That would be a Brian and Chris question, because they played GW2.
What was the question? I missed it.
If animated cutscenes like this were in any previous MMOs, like Guild Wars 2 or whatnot.
Yeah, not casualty.
Oh, hold on. 10 gifted subs.
Whoa!
Azur.
What the heck, dude? Azur, thank you so much. Mr. Big Boy getting a membership. It says, I don't know why it's like, it said Azure gives 0 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Man, let me see here. Let's add that to the list. Here.
That's 20.
Yeah, it takes me to 20. Thank you. All right. Asher, absolutely freaking legendary, dude. Thank you. All right, member goal, and that would be 20 and 25. And boom. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that membership. It's because of this, like because of Azure and the people who are members. That's why, like, I don't run ads on my streams on the YouTube side of things. So thank you. So much for doing that.
It's kind of funny. Azure is not a member, yet they gifted 10 memberships.
It happens, and it's interesting too. Yeah, because back when YouTube first added in the membership like gifting aspect, they required you to become a member before you could gift out memberships. And sometimes people are just like, "Here, have this. Take this." You know, like, "Oh, thank you."
People are just like, "Here, have money."
Yeah, sometimes. And the thing is that YouTube, it's like, I still go, I'm like, man, YouTube needs so much, because if somebody like super chatted, they added in the activity history. And so I can see anybody's chat activity and even comments on videos, which is awesome. However, gifted members and stuff like that doesn't show up in the user's activity history, and it's like, come on, YouTube, like, get your together, please, because you know, people are doing these things. It would be, because even if, let's say, you aren't like a member, I still think there should be a YouTube channel level, so that, like, as you guys hang out on live streams and leave comments, even if you're like, Brian, you're an asshole and we hate you and whatnot, like, which happens, at least I'd be like, oh, this person's watched a lot of my content, as opposed to like, I've never seen your content, I already hate you, and yada yada yada. It's like having just that information of like, oh, I've talked to this person multiple times, versus like, I don't even know who you are.
Did you see my card?
Like the gift I always send Cameron use on occasion. You suck, jackass.
Yeah.
From Happy Gilmore.
All right, we got some gear to equip.
I usually try to cause Yemen
Emotional damage.
on a daily basis.
All right, we got some gear. Oh, that's better.
He does try.
A Jansoon's Anchor. It's a Warhammer. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my blunderbuss.
Well, I mean, I did find that one meme because you're such a furry enthusiast.
Oh, there's someone, I'm not gonna call them out, but they posted their persona in the general chat, and I was like, no need to fuck.
Let's see here. Number 2.
But back to the question at hand. Was there any like animated cutscenes like they have in New World in Guild Wars 2?
They had it where they would do the character. Yeah, they had some animated style like that, and they would also do side by side stuff. So it wasn't fully like acted, which I was like, that's people just want the story.
The trainer had it too, so it's New World is the first I saw it. So, but yeah, each single player in this game has stolen a separate box from poor Isabella. How many boxes has she lost this way? Many boxes.
Many boxes.
Many boxes. Slow down on the boxes. That's minus 50 DKP.
More dots, more dots.
More dots. No. What was
Handle it.
Oh yeah, minus 50, like, or minus 100
Many
DKP.
boxes, no, handle it.
Truffles. I mean, those big truffles.
They're also like, there is new stuff and content wise. They have an actual raid that's a part of this.
Yeah, it's a 10-man raid.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, that's something new, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Now the beta in and of itself is like, we're testing out the game, kind of like partly stress testing, but it's maybe a little. It's interesting because I would hesitate to call this a marketing beta, because we are literally a month out, and they have Throne of Liberty following this up. So it's like people's minds are gonna immediately shift here in a week to Throne of Liberty. I'm gonna just skip these cutscenes because I will enjoy them at another time.
Yeah.
You there?
They really gotta change their,
we don't have enough. Isn't that look?
Their greatsword models.
God.
Yeah.
Basically the same. It's kind of disappointing. NPCs think bro is a pig made him look for truffles.
Yeah, so you get the build I picked started me with 50 already in cooking, which I was like, that's a neat little kind of incentive, and 50 in leatherworking. So it's like, that's cool.
Dude, if this, so Solomon says after this comes fully to console, he better hear about Microsoft pushing Blizzard to make a WoW console beta.
Ah, see, this is where it gets interesting, guys. Go ahead, Cameron. Go ahead.
People have data mined the console prompts for like the console button prompts exist in the WoW data files.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, is it for console? Is it for controller support? Which I think it is. I think it does have.
They keep adding more controller support. You have the mods. So this is where it gets interesting, right? So,
but it's also there for, you know, console stuff.
I'm not a WoW guy. I did not grow up with WoW. I grew up in Final Fantasy 11. So for me, whenever a game leans into the sandbox, that's why I'm such a fan. It's a nostalgia trip. It's the way that I feel like I enjoy MMOs. But because I like being somebody who's like, I'm playing the economy. I'm just in the world. I'm a part of it. I don't necessarily need to be the first because especially as a parent, there's no way I'm going to be first, but I can sit and fish and I can make a ton of money and I can go buy something kick ass with my efforts. So the, yeah, man, I'm always pushing that Final Fantasy 11 propaganda worldwide. But you bring up an interesting conundrum, and one thing that when I look at the industry and just as I put my analysis and thought into it, WoW on console, I think is the right call. They already have it on GeForce Now, and it supports mods, so I could play on GeForce Now with mod support. Here's where Microsoft is truly messed up this year, in my opinion. They should have said, as a part of their, Game Pass thing, their changes, is that Game Pass Ultimate's now going to cost you $25. So it's like $17 and $25. But we're also going to include our World of Warcraft subscription and ESO premium subscription as a part of that. Oh. Okay. You mean I can play, stream? I don't have to pay the subscription? Boom. Like, that would be such a massive ripple effect on MMOs, because the thing that I feel MMOs have really struggled with is how do you monetize? And so you've seen so many go to free to play, and it doesn't mean they're going to be successful, and it ends up being a problem. So I would love to see something like that, because if they brought WoW into my Game Pass, I would absolutely check it out. I would be all about it. That'd be fun. I would, especially with the controller support, them working on it. This one does not have a subscription. There is nothing that says I have to keep paying money every month to play and enjoy this game. I think I'm going to put my time into this game. That's just my vote.
Do you need Game Pass for this beta?
No, you do not.
Okay.
That's also to say with like the downside to 14 on Xbox is that you gotta pay the subscription, but you also gotta pay for the gold membership or whatever tier
they require that on both. Now this will require gold membership. You need to have that, the online service, to play this on console. Okay, that hasn't changed, but you don't have that additional fee on top of that. And it's great that they brought it 14, but that's where I'm just like, 14 is also a 15-plus-year-old game. You're going to step into this game, and whether you decide to stick with it long term or not, you're going to go and say, oh, wow. In fact, there's still things from Guild Wars 2 that I'm like, they should bring that into New World. They should bring in bonus experience. They should bring in like after leveling,
Patience will not suffice at this point, Francis.
Like cutscene. Dude, the qualities that they're bringing in, this is awesome.
Just go right, legit check it right. If you're on console, you do have to buy it again. But if you're on PC, you don't have to buy it again.
If you have if you have the expansion, then you have New World Aeternum. I think they will be an upcharge if you just have the base game.
Okay.
I believe so. Like
you
that.
Probably have to pay for the expansion, right?
You basically just buy the expansion. I think it's you won't pay full price. You'll pay whatever the difference is.
A month ago, my friend Vincent,
like
even
$30, something like that.
I think it's $30. And it might be on sale. So guys, if you're like, hey, I bought the game, I haven't played it in forever, just buy the expansion on sale and call it a day.
Rise of the Angry Earth is $30 on Steam.
Thank you. See, $30.
So, but if you buy the Elysian edition, which includes Rise of the Angry Earth, it's $60 total. So, which the standard edition for New World is $30.
Yeah.
So just bundle it together.
Just bundle it together.
Welcome to the Southern Breeze.
What is he playing?
Gentle.
Stardew Valley.
Okay. Dr. Grace O'Malley. She's in the hotel.
Where have you? Not that I wanted to stay here. I don't plan it. Here's your share of the coin. There's a trading post here. I'm telling you, this is a Well, there.
Perfect.
That's correct, Tommy. It's free until it ends. But it's only for the beta is only for this weekend, I think, right?
Yeah. So I would highly encourage, if anybody's on the fence, whether they haven't played this game in a good long while or they've never played this game, and whether you've heard only negative stuff about it, like that is the way the internet works. check it out. Like, play it, see if you like it. The thing I like about this game, because again, I'm going to boil it down to dollar per hour of joy, is that we saw in chat, like, hey, maybe you don't vibe with like the level capped end game in the game. Well, you played it, you played the story, you maybe spent, you know, $40, $60, like whatever that is. Like, you've gotten that 60 hour, you know, 70 hour, you know, RPG, and then you can decide if you want to keep investing in it. Of your time, because time is the other factor. It's not just a cost of money. It's like, do you know, have time? And the fact that it's on consoles means boot it up, play it, have fun, you know? And so it's like, I would say, check out the beta. If the beta doesn't sell you on it, like if you're just like, I'm not interested in it, well then, you know, and you haven't had to put any money into the pot to find that out. And I think that's honestly the best scenario. Just like, all right. And that's why you're like, I honestly would say though, I don't know if this will happen, but I do think that if they really wanted their population in the game to surge, you add it to Game Pass. You say, if you're on Xbox and you got Game Pass, guess what? You got New World, you know? And I don't know if they're going to do that anytime soon, but that's what I would do. It's like, all right. Yeah, we want people playing. We want people in the world. Let's go.
It's covered earlier in stream, but how are we feeling about Throne and Liberty?
Oh, good question. I have not yet purchased access to the early start, because Throne and Liberty, free to play MMO. Obviously, I like the sandbox elements. It's got a lot of PvP stuff that will keep the game for the PvPers out there interesting. Culturally wise, I don't know, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. So for me, I'm just like, do I spend the money to play a little bit early because I'm a content creator and I've made content about the game already and I've already got my controller guide up there? I could see the value in that because I'm looking forward to playing it. Like, I was surprised when I played the beta of Throne and Liberty that I was like, I want to keep playing. And I was like, that's a good thing. I don't know when that ends. Now with New World, I know how much time I put into it, so it's an easy recommendation for me. But for Throne and Liberty, I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna want to like feel like it. I can dip out. I don't know. But the controller support, and then obviously I would just say that it's coming to. I would guess it's coming to GeForce now. Makes it something that I'm excited to check out.
They should add to Game Pass and PS Plus.
Yeah, Game Pass PS Plus would be like a really smart move to do. I would make it to the highest tier or something like that. Now that they've changed Game Pass, that way you have the PlayStation high-end plus and this and but then all of a sudden, if you're already a member of one of those services, why don't you play the game? And you can, you know, like you can always still buy the game, but it's like anytime that they don't make me purchase a game because I have Game Pass, I'm like, great, I'll check it out. I'll play it.
Would you play it if you were, wait a minute.
Even on Aeternum,
would you play it if you were not a content creator? Pay to win rules it out for lies.
Pay to win is such a tricky subject because that's going to be, there is like, I think obvious pay to win, but within, there's degrees of pay to win, and player trading is pay to win, you know, like, because no matter what, you're going to get RMT and bots and things like that. So like, that's what I always feel when it comes to pay to win. If I ever feel like somebody's credit card is beating me, then I stop playing the game. I try to play free to play games as completely free until I hit a point where I'm like, I'm having so much fun. You've now earned this money as opposed to like asking for it up front.
Yeah. So
if the game, because people will label any game pay to win, like they will label every game pay to win. I've seen people label Final Fantasy 14 because the mounts are in the cash shop is pay to win. Like everybody's gonna have like their individual relationship with it. I think the general consensus is that if you can spend money and get and beat me over the head with your power that you get from it, then that is what it is. I've seen people people pay to skip.
The major one with 14. The major one with 14 in the pay to win aspect that surfaced back in Shadowbringers, when you start off the expansion and all mounts will slow down minus the factor of the motorcycle, because Yoshi P said it'll look stupid slowed down that far.
The problem is you just can also speed up all the daggum mounts.
I mean, didn't he do that? Didn't they do that?
They added in a speed boost to all the mounts. I mean, yeah.
They did. within the Fate farms. I mean, you've always had the speed up on the mountains linked to the main story quest, but he wanted more people to do the.
That's why I want to see the.
Well, people call FF14 from pay to win for multiple reasons, right? So they say it because you can skip the story.
Yeah.
You can level
skip jobs. Yeah.
Right. Pay to win. Some people consider transmog pay to win.
Yep.
Mounts pay to win. Right. Retainers pay to win.
So, like, the pay to win, if you're not catching a vibe, like, I pissed a lot of people off because of my view. One second, Cameron, because it's like, the pay to win question, I think, is always a red herring because there are degrees. And so it's always going to be like, you know, so when someone's like, oh, games pay to win, I'm kind of tired of, like, just online discourse. We see this, you know, people apply a label to be like, oh, it's bad. The question is, really, isn't it pay to win? It's like, are you having fun, and is the game, you know, fairly balanced, right? So that, because everybody also, if you're having fun with the game, wants to financially support it. And Baldur's Gate 3 is the best example of that, where people bought Baldur's Gate 3, they loved it so much, and then they were asking for more ways to give the devs more money. So if the game is fun, I think the money handles itself. And so if you design a game, it's really more, instead of whatever we want to say, like which system it is, if you design the game to make money first and then you make a game to figure out how to make money, then you've made a bad game. If you make a really fun game and then you're like, okay, here's how we can kind of monetize it, because an MMO is not a single player game. It does end. Like, you don't have to worry about supporting servers forever and ever and, you know, like, in order to maintain it, so you don't need to have that massive reoccurring revenue. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's going to be differences in that regards. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, Yemrin, I cut you off. You were saying something?
When was the last time
Doombig says no one considers pay to win, transmog pay to win, because it's cosmetic. When you have people complaining that they want when you have people who value transmog as the end game, as Azer says, and they think it's unfair that you can just buy an outfit to look better than someone else, they consider it pay to win. FF14 is might be the outlier in that regard, in terms of like how people consider transmog can be pay to win depending on what you get, but it's, I mean, most people consider most people consider pay to win as like paying for power.
You're right. And so
or advancement with the game.
Where pay to win comes in from my perspective in Throat of Liberty, is that you have a player driven economy. So you have the premium currency, which is used to sell and buy on the market. Well, if you get something and you sell it, you get then the premium currency. So it's like that trade element is really fascinating to me. And I hope that it'd be something that works, because you can't then take that premium currency and turn it into real money. Otherwise, you'd incentive a lot of bad behavior. But if you're playing the game and you're like, no, I don't really need this, and then you're like, oh, I'm now engaged in the economy, and that economy is supporting the game financially, it feels a little bit more fair to me as a gamer. But that's not going to be the popular opinion, I guarantee you. There's going to be plenty of drama to farm off with Throne of Liberty.
Nectros, you don't have to. I'm not going to ban you if you have a bad take.
No, we don't. The only time like anybody like
the only time you're gonna get banned is if you like insult us repeatedly.
It's not even a repeated insults. It ends up just being like, okay, porn spam. Like, I have no problem if somebody wants to voice their opinion. I'm just gonna make fun of you.
Nectros, if you have a hot take, by all means, post it in the chat.
Yeah, we welcome all opinions here as well, because I think that's one of the things that makes gaming fun. I do not build out echo chambers. I will tell you what I think. I will be fine if you call me whatever you want to call me that makes you feel better. That's fine. In fact, if you ever did anything egregious, which there have been some egregious offenses, at Easter I remove everybody's ban. It's just like during the Easter season, I clear up the ban list. It's just to like, all right, redemption is possible, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a lot of times where you just can go and tell people to
fight my shiny metal ass.
I get amused. It's like I have a whole bit like in my stand-up that's like, guys, I have a superpower, and it's that you can't insult me or offend me. Like I'm impervious to these things, and I go, does anybody want to try? And sometimes nobody will do anything, but it's like occasionally somebody will be like, oh, you suck, or oh, you know, like they'll try to yeah, you're fat, you know, or throw inserts, and then I pause and I go, well, I stand corrected. It's a fun little you know, moment with me in the audience. I love that. And then it's yeah, you go ahead.
I seen a reel the other day on YouTube. It was a comedian.
What seems like?
And he was talking to a person in the audience, and he made a bit out of it. He was like, "Hey, just got out of prison? Yeah, I'm on parole. Okay. How long were you in prison for? 5 years." And he was like, "All right." And it's like, "Why'd you come out here? Because you're still on parole." I said, "Oh, it's my kid's birthday, so it's her birthday present."
Seen here the truth, but the
Oh, that's very nice for you. Very nice for you, sir. It comes back and says, and she says, "Yeah, my daughter just turned 5." The daughter says her daughter just turned 5, and he looks back at the guy and says, "What's the real reason you went to prison?"
Yeah, so Oben's beard says that he feels like it's a grind of 725. Year score at level 65, and then a yearly September to December game. That's what I think a lot of these kind of games end up being. They're for a lot of gamers, they're very seasonal, and it's the yearly expansion model that brings them back, and we see that heavily with Destiny, right? And the fact that Destiny's kind of going away from it. Now it seems like maybe they're doing an expansion twice a year. Like I really didn't understand the Destiny recent announcement, and I was like, all right, you know, cool. But having those moments where you can tie marketing behind it, because companies will spend money marketing their game to keep you playing it and to get you back. You know, it's like that's why Yoshi P advertises Final Fantasy 14. It's not just for new players, it's keeping existing players, because you'll see that it'll get, you know, oh great, yeah, the game's doing well, you know, something like that. When is the best time to jump back in? I plan on doing some time in the original game, obviously pre you know, New World Aeternum launch. You can play now. Like if you're playing on PC, your progress carries over. You're not starting over. This isn't a reset. Your character's your character.
Full release date is October 10th.
Right? Is it? I thought it was October 15th.
Oh, that could be it. I don't remember.
But you're gonna see a lot of marketing. You're gonna see a lot of marketing behind the game. I think I can officially announce that I am, you know, I am a part of the marketing campaign. So it's awesome to be included.
So yeah, Nextros has a hot take. He says transmog isn't something that makes your tune better. It doesn't give you an advantage. All it does. Yeah, but some people consider that a competition.
Yeah. You gotta also understand, Nectros, like, well, like I agree with him. I don't think.
No, I agree, but there are people.
There are people, and so it's like
it's weird.
You put us in a position where we're arguing against a position we don't agree with, but we have definitely seen.
I mean, we're playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
It's just like we've seen this argument, we don't agree with it, but we're also kind of defending it.
Well, it's just because it's out there, and people do think this, and they do say this, and so if you don't know, you're talking to somebody who believes that. That's why I'm always like, "What's your definition of pay to win?" Everyone's like, "It's the same as everybody else's transmog." I'm like, "Huh? Okay,
yeah,
good to know."
You know, and the thing is, like, pay to win is in most MMOs, right? I'm not sure there's any MMO these days that doesn't have.
If you have player trade, you have pay to win.
Yeah.
Because you'll have RMT, and you'll have people who are willing to go and do that.
Exactly. So, but like, it's a matter of, is this game pay to win? That's kind of relevant. Can you tolerate? Right.
Yeah.
Transmog is Warrior Blight. Yeah. Transmog is the WoW version of it. Transmogrification is the WoW term, but people just use it interchangeably.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in this game they call it transmog as well. 14 calls it glamour.
I think.
Yes, great sword level 5.
Bomber patch every 6 months and small patches every 3 months. Yeah. Watch Vivo let Dirt League, skipping the grind with the money. Silly take on transmog being pay to win. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
I agree. Transmog is not pay to win, but there's the player base out there. I've mainly only seen it in FF14.
Dirt League does some great videos on.
But I've seen, there are people who consider that pay to win. I mean, I disagree, but whatever. I mean, preach his own, right?
I always just say, like, what's your definition of winning? And then if it's like, and then how's the money have an impact on it? Like, I saw people calling Helldivers 2 pay to win, and it's like, okay, you can pay, but it's actually you can progress, but it's not winning, it's skipping. And so it's like the game is fun.
Well,
why would you want to skip the game?
Right.
Right.
In a way, skipping is winning.
Yeah, if your winning is I'm getting everything unlocked.
Certainly better than nothing.
Yeah, somebody with a credit card can do that.
Will keep us fed for a few more days. And
one of the better games that they actually haven't touched surface on with the pay to win aspects. And Yemmer's been playing it a lot. First Ascendant.
Yeah, I have a little over 300 hours in it. It's pay to win.
300 hours, wow.
It's pay to win, but it's fun. It's not intrusively pay to win. Like when you load up the game, it doesn't say, hey, crack out your credit card and buy this thing.
And this was all birthed out of the fact that gamers didn't want to have a subscription to these games. And then it trickled back into subscription-based games. So it's like, oh gosh, yeah.
So the First Ascendant, it's a fun gameplay loop.
What a mess.
An intense grind, right? Because it relies heavily on RNG. But if you want to grind out for the characters, you can buy the characters outright. They're like anywhere from $5 to $10 or something. I think the new one's like 12. But
Another one for MMO aspects. Black does it online too. I mean, me and you both played it.
Yeah, the interesting problem also with
Black Desert is pay to win as hell.
The interesting problem also with greed is that we're seeing game costs go up astronomically. So it's that the ROI on these games is just getting less and less, and so like I'm not justifying it. I just go, I'm like, I don't think we've seen how bad it can be.
Yeah.
That's why, like, when people are attacking New World, I'm like, you literally buy the game, you play the game, you don't need to spend another penny if you don't want to. Like, I'm not constantly feeling the pressure to spend money on the game. And it's because of that lack of pressure that I'm like, all right, I'll toss them a couple of bucks for this, no problem. I'll treat that as my subscription fee, no problem.
Yeah, I've gotten about probably spent about $100 on the game total, maybe $150.
With the expansion, I'm probably in for $150. Like,
yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah.
For me, because I've also bought like cosmetics and stuff.
I think I even still have like premium currency on my account. Like I bought some, and I just haven't used it all. So, like, oh yeah, like let me when the new when this update's officially live.
Kitten says they shouldn't be that greedy with transmogs after all that's been around this game. Yeah, the transmog system in New World is stuff for sure.
You get the stuff to unlock it, and it's a permanent unlock. But it's also
How did you get past
like
the
more
wizard?
you play, you can do that. But it's they want you to go ahead and spend the coin, the money.
Spend the coin, and to unlock all the stuff that I have, it costs like
Oh wow, that's a lot. See, that's where I'm like, man, I really wish the subscription model one.
Like, just make them hard to craft. Like,
yeah, making them insanely hard to craft. I think that would be neat.
I would do that grind for sure.
Yeah.
New World is still a subscription game. You don't buy the yearly expansion, and you're locked out of mutations and max gear score with vertical.
It's an interesting way to think about it. I do not consider a yearly expansion a subscription, but it does beg the question that if you are getting locked out of content, if they go backwards and take content away from you, I will share that frustration. That's what Destiny did, and it was absolutely garbage. But if like a yearly expansion, if you're having fun, like I personally don't then run into any kind of concern about that, because it's like, oh, they've got new content costs money, okay, you know, and as long as they're not asking for, like, you know, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're gonna ask for $150. It's like, no, they're asking for 30. All right, like that seems like a reasonable thing, because
Destiny 2 is theft, in my opinion.
What's up? What's theft?
Azer says Destiny 2
How
is
did
theft.
it appears
I spent so much money on Destiny. I've spent. Yeah, Brian, how much have you spent on New World? $150. Okay. Destiny, easily probably upwards of to $1,000. Easily $1,000 on Destiny.
Yeah, they're also an emo collector too. So.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
That is weirdly my currency. That is weirdly my currency. Like emotes. Oh. I'll buy. That's what I buy in New World. I buy the emotes. I'm like, all right, this is cool.
And that was. Can you lower the game volume?
Oh yeah.
So, is it loud?
One thing I will say about like Destiny 2 and going back in a little bit, but the expansion with they're not doing any more expansion release. I think any future things coming was what Neonlo said. Me and him talked about is that for the aspect of them coming out with more expansions would be actually towards Destiny 3, and we actually are leaving the Soul system.
Yeah. The fact is, they they haven't been working on Destiny 3, and it doesn't sound like they've started. And I'm like, that seems like
They'll finally add daggers.
Move.
No, daggers will probably be added.
I think daggers
are going to be added after the launch of Aeternum. I just don't know when, but that's the.
I hope daggers are next, and
that's the weapon they're working on.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
It was
so
the second most. It was the most. After the greatsword, it was the most requested weapon. Which
and so we got the flail. We're not getting a new weapon at Aeternum, and I think that would have been that. Like if they added in daggers with the launch of Aeternum, then that's something for new players to be excited about, because like, oh,
lightning staff, yeah,
dude, lightning staff, absolutely, I love that.
I still want the original life staff build, which was healing. On the left side was a healing tree, on the right side was a lifesteal tree, like vampire tree.
Yeah,
I want that. Give it to me. And then they nerfed it because they got rid of it because I think the life stealing tree was too good.
It was really good.
Give me like a scythe, and you have like, I don't know, like a lifesteal tree and like a necromancy tree, right, or whatever, you know. But
does not want me to build
lightning staff. I mean, that works too. It might be just too close to other people.
Probably. Lightning staff would be great. I would love a lightning staff.
Lightning staff. Like, I don't know, like. Yeah, see? Kitten remembers. Not many people remember that, but
the so like I think adding in new weapons is a great way of adding value to players, and so that's something where I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, life staff also had a dash that I think they got rid of it.
They got rid of the dash because it became required, because it's like there wasn't mounts, there wasn't a lot of like ways to get around, and so you would spend a lot of time moving from A to B, and so having any kind of dash was helpful.
Lifesteal scythe would be cool, like
that would be sweet, dude. A light seed swipe, yeah. Pistols would be cool.
I mean, they already have basically a shotgun.
Rifle. So if they could sit down and say like that's what I'm saying, like when it comes back to like, okay, here we are in December, Like if they were like, hey, December, we've added in a new dungeon, and by the way, daggers. Oh, hell yeah, let's go. You know.
Lightning gauntlets or a orb or a crystal ball as a new healer.
Ooh, dude, I love that. An orb would be awesome. That would be really cool. And maybe get like a pet with that or something like that, where it's like, you know,
like, you know,
astrolabe. There you go, an astrolabe.
An astrolabe.
Astrolabe. Yeah, I mean, you also have a
1 second.
You know, if you want to do the original, like the wand, like the stereotypical wand, that'd be cool. How do you join the beta on Steam? You go to the New World page. You just type in New World into the Steam store, and then you scroll down, and it'll be one of the options to download the playtest. Fist weapons, that'd be cool.
I'll be right back.
Well, I'm not a huge fist weapon guy, but
brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles, or wait, Brian, you're dying. Okay, well, he's gonna come back. Bow staff would be sweet, yeah. Have like a monk archetype, or like a yeah, that'd be cool. I know they want to implement the halberd, which would be cool. Gunchucks. Solemn, you have committed heresy. I must purge you. Halberds, yeah, halberds are badass.
Man, that's not
Tamer
so
archetype?
not. I would agree with the tamer type deal.
It would have to. I mean, what weapon would it be tied to, right?
Yeah. Because it is all about the weapons within New World. So tamer aspect would remove the weapon aspect and more or less go on.
Or it would have to be
tied
tied in.
Do you have?
Or it would have to be tied into like a special weapon gives you a power to tame creatures.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they have that many creatures to really do that with.
Not really. I mean, you got boars and wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves, tigers.
Boars, wolves, tigers. You have birds. I mean, if you really go
Whoever
into
this
it,
guy
you get,
is
like,
just saved my life.
You get the critters. Dual wielding swords, yeah. Rifle. Well, they already have a rifle. It's a musket. So.
Yeah.
Yammer, go to general chat and Discord. I don't know if you're still an officer in New World or have it downloaded, but
what's going on?
Someone's asking if we have a New World
guild I can join.
We definitely do.
Yes, we do.
Commander, oh, you look.
Even the side quests are cutscened. Interesting.
That's actually one aspect that I do like that they're bringing into it, that MMOs these days now are more or less letting that you get some voiced or cutscenes from side quests, especially with like Eternal Liberty. You do some of the side quests in there.
Solemn, I love it.
You
Gun
actually
chucks.
unlock some of the main story stuff.
Yeah.
They improved the jumping animation. I don't know. I haven't seen any jumping. Jump, Brian.
Jump, Brian. So
They did improve it.
And
Actually,
then,
no, they didn't.
then if I
Never mind.
jump,
They
whee!
look the same. That's about the same. Chakrams, maybe? Yeah, those are cool.
Chakrams would be a really cool weapon to see in the game. There's room for they've improved a lot of the animations. Now there is a little bit like where like I feel like the movement, obviously because I'm playing Legacy, so I can use the controller to run around and, you know, but you can change that. That's completely user setting driven. So if you didn't like that, then you can have it however you want. Thank you for the follow, 3 muggies.
I don't know the server that you guys are on.
Yeah, I see it. Server is
This is the perfect one to use it.
A test of your literacy.
Server is USD Smarama.
3 Muggy says, I'm playing on PS5 and I'm the only one who thinks the graphics leave a lot to be desired on the console. I haven't. I will play on the console. I will go and download this and play on console today.
I mean, it's not like graphically intense.
I think it's a beautiful game, but again, I've always thought it was a beautiful game. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's a good looking game. That's just me.
Thanks, guys, for the 88 likes. Holy smokes. 89 as I said it. Thank you so much for that support, guys.
It's up 90 on my screen now.
Is it 90 now? Oh, I don't know. It's still showing me 89. Sometimes there's like one off where you're always like, yep, it's at this number, and I'm like, oh, there's a difference.
Well, now it just went up to 96. It just shot up.
Yeah.
Get that like trainer rolling. I wish it would give some kind of I wish I could have flair for likes, right? Like, because I get the follows. That's one of the activities that I think would be really nice to see. Because like, I can get like activity if they like the stream on Facebook, which I already see one like on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, thank you. Who are you?
that just shot up to 101, but.
Oh wow. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
There's over 200 people in here.
Yeah. If we can, like at 200, it's like getting to 100 likes, even as people dipping out. I was like, yep, that's a real goal.
I mean, they've already discussed disconnecting the shield from the sword.
I'm honestly surprised that didn't make it into this build.
To be honest, I think they should not just do that, but I think they should make each shield type its own tree.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that would be nice.
Because the round shield deals the most damage, but the tower shield.
Right. Because I would love a hatchet shield combo. Like that's because again, sword and shield, like that would also then make sword and shield, hatchet and shield.
I mean, spear and shield combo.
Spear and shield combo.
Rapier and buckler,
oh hell yeah!
That was a thing.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna say this right now. When they do that, there's gonna be a lot of people doing transmogs of Nafumi from Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh, probably. And then you have also like pistol plus one-handed sword. The Corsair archetype. That's cool.
Now Ardent says, do you think the game's worth coming back to? I really liked it when it came out, and I liked some of the New World weapons, but just wondering my thoughts. I recently just released a video talking about like 7 reasons why you should play and 3 you should skip.
Yeah,
I do think you should come back. I really do think that, if nothing else, because especially if you already own the game, and it gets tricky when it comes to the expansion, because if you have Rise of the Angry Earth, you have Aeternum, I think there will be people who do not know this, and they have the base game, and then they're gonna be like, what do you mean I have to spend money in order to play the, like the Aeternum build? It will be the build, but I don't know what's gonna be locked away from you. Like, I don't know how that functions. But yes, like, this is a game that I think when a developer puts this much effort into it, it's absolutely okay to come and check it back out and see if it ends up being what you wanted it to be. It's not about October though. It will not be about October. The dev team has a lot of work to do to really kind of set like what happens next, because New World Aeternum launches October. When is the next major update? We saw like 2024, their shift in focus to making this build was the right call, hands down. Bring it to console, like this is a part of their big roadmap and their big plan. But that means that current players, we've had to sit and wait, and we're hungry, and we don't know. And as soon as they can sit down and say, like, yep, we're gonna have this season, it's gonna run from here to here, and we're adding in this content. If they can sit in here and say, hey, you're gonna get daggers in the spring or something like that, like, I think people are gonna be excited to keep playing it and then keep checking out the game as the year rolls on, And so that's what I'm personally evaluating it for. So yes, it's worth coming back to. Yes, it's worth checking out. I don't know if it's worth it to stick with, like, in a diehard kind of way. I think it's a great game. I definitely have stuck with it in a diehard way. But I know that not everybody, is me. So hopefully that answers your question.
I mean, the 7 reasons to play and 3 to avoid has an interesting like ratio, and there's a guy who calls your video toxic positivity.
Oh, the guy who said toxic positivity, I think he was confused by, so if you guys are new and you guys haven't hung out to the end of my videos, I do like the section called what I call Message to Hope, where we like, talk about, mental health or, encourage you guys to.
No, I think he's referring to like your actual, like your positivity in terms of like, because he goes into.
People call me toxic positive for years. Like, it doesn't mean.
Yeah, you get that a lot from your 14 videos.
I mean, this is the first time I've seen. Right. This is the first time I've seen it. Someone call you toxically positive, but I don't.
It's just a replace. It's just a replacement term for them not trusting my view, or them just saying, "Oh, he's got a different worldview than me," then this is why. It's like, no, like I call a spade a spade.
Toxic positivity. It looks like optimism.
I'm definitely an optimist. Like
when it's aggressive.
Guilty,
Toxic positive. I wouldn't consider that toxic positivity.
Right,
like,
but again, it's just
when you're ridiculing people for not being positive.
These are just placeholder terms. Like when somebody says like I'm toxic, I'm like, oh, they just mean I'm honest. When somebody calls me a grifter, it's like, oh, they just mean that I'm succeeding and they don't like that. It's like, okay, like what's their, like, it's a different definition from what people generally like say the word. The fact is, like, I like getting called a grifter last week or this week, I can't remember, was awesome. I was like, oh, that means I'm like, thank you. That's like, I treat that as a compliment, because anytime I see somebody calling anybody a grifter, I'm like, let me go see what they're doing. And then it's like, oh, turns out they're actually doing something. Whether you like it or not, it's a different story. But
people also don't. People misuse that term a lot.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like nobody's speaking the same language anymore. Like in a video that I'm working on for Ginger Prime, which is like I put more hours into this, and I'm like, I'm betting the over under is -100 subs, and and probably no, and those are going to be the people who actually click on the video and they're like, I'm out.
Does New World have any timed exclusive content that will be unavailable for new players?
Hey, we got a Facebook viewer. What's up? Legit Tech Gaming. Thank you, sir. And yeah, I think you.
No, he's Twitch.
Yeah, but also on Facebook. So he told me his Twitch name. Yeah, I don't think. Oh no, it is blended on the screen. You can see it.
Any timed exclusive content? Yeah, there is, but it usually rolls around.
You got the event stuff.
We got the event stuff, but that usually rolls around to next year.
And you can continue the story. Like, that's the one thing I wish Final Fantasy XIV did with its events. It's like, it would be really great if somebody who starts today could experience those events during. I mean, they can only be on during that event season. But imagine, like you coming in and doing the summer event, and you're like, I don't know any of these characters or anything that's happened prior to this. Mm-hmm. Oh, what if you could? It's like, you can just play through the story. Maybe you don't have the rewards there. They could keep those, but it's like, I don't know why they gatekeep that.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, with a lot of the events though too, with New World, say an example, a lot of the events are tied to what would people say would be the true end game, hitting max level, because a lot of the bosses are 55 elite plus or whatever the max level is now. But I know they have done a few events in the past where actually they made it more favorable for low level players with the bosses.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of content that you're talking about New World, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, with the New World Aeternum, they're making it so that you can do a lot of stuff solo. I think the whole campaign can be soloed, or has solo options, I should say. Not solo, but has solo options. So, but I mean, listen, when it launches again in October,
then are they gonna take out some of the old stuff where you actually had to go required to actually go into the dungeons then?
Yeah, it's been revamped. Yeah, they have solo. They have solo versions of the dungeons.
Yeah.
For the
you do not need to play this game with anybody.
Just for the campaign. I think just for the campaign.
Because I remember when I played that you still had to do the group content with the group.
Yeah, you do not have to do any group content to experience the game. And honestly, as much as I am an MMO massively multiplayer person, you can't ignore the market economy, like the real world economy and how people play, and you need these people so that the game is funded, because there isn't enough of the people who say that they think that they're enough. And it's like, and I know it's like, I definitely rub the Redditor MMO community wrong, because it's like they believe in something that is just not market viable, and beyond that viability, it's only gotten worse with the increase of like interest rates and more. So things cost way more. These games were already expensive to begin with, you know. So it's like, all right, like I wish I could help you out, but I can't see this future where your only PvP subscription based diehard MMO has got the population, you know, that's sustainable. No, there's too much competition. Like there's too many things I could go play.
Yeah.
That are easy to get into, that are fun, that are also fun. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up? You just do what every other MMO did, and you put everything back in the open world where it belongs.
Where it belongs, yes.
Yeah.
I love that the open world here. The one thing is that like if they bring in, and this is my constant feedback that I keep giving the devs, I love that all the crafting, and so for those of you who don't know, let me just explain it how it actually works. So in the trade skills, the level cap is 250 on these skills. Once you hit that level cap, you go into basically an aptitude level where it just keeps going up. You keep getting experience, it keeps going up, and it gives you a little treat, you know, every time you level up and whatnot. Like a little, here you go. It's really enjoyable. I really love that. I want them to do that for the player. I want a player level bio that is, you know, like that is like
every third of a level.
Yeah, it gives you
yeah,
a little
third of a level.
A little thank you for leveling up. And if they added that to the player XP and the weapons, it doesn't have to be power even progression driven. It's just like, hey, you've done a thing, and then you keep XP relevant. And then essentially, because like I love farming in the open world, I love running around and playing in the world in and of itself. And then I'd love it even more, especially when you think of Guild Wars 2. So this marries perfectly with Guild Wars 2, where if you have an enemy that's been alive for a long time in Guild Wars 2, it gives you bonus experience. And it's just an exciting thing that like as you're running around and all of a sudden it's like, oh, let me fight this guy. And it's like, oh, I got an additional 1,000 experience just for killing him because he had, you know, spawned, and it opens up new farming routes. It opens up new things to do. And that's why when I see people complain about chest runs, it's like, I love chest runs. I love seeing everybody out there in the world. I love that we're murdering down these big bosses. You know, it's fun. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. It's not balanced. Let's not worry about balancing this. There's other things that we balance, you know, like the dungeons and the raids. Like, okay, balance those, but let's not remove the open world, you know, fun times.
How do you think AGS funds the game when the new expansion is free to current players?
They fund it because they have an insane amount of money. They also fund it, like when we talk about subscriptions, and I said like I think this game would be like a really interesting thing to attach to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. They have Prime. Amazon Prime is their subscription. There's no reason to try and get people to multi-subscribe. They just add value to Prime. And so if you have Amazon Prime, you know, like, hey, like, and so that's one thing I could see them doing. But that's how I always think about it. Like, it isn't about like this game being absolutely sustainable, because they're able to write off a lot of the cost of development of this, because they're also using this to build out their Lord of the Rings MMO. Now I have.
Yeah, that's gonna die. That's gonna
It depends.
I want to make a little side piece here right now because you're standing around in the middle of a field of enemies. Be careful, Brian.
The clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
I'm just gonna be honest, like, they should focus on New World, because that Lord of the Rings, they have not endeared themselves at all.
I think that's why I don't think Lord of the Rings is anytime soon, but from a technologically perspective, they're able to, like, just like what they're doing with Light No Fire, like, they're seeding in all that tech into No Man's Sky. And so then you can go and say, hey, cool, we got this, we got this, we got this, so that we don't have to learn the same lessons over again.
It feels very much like a Destiny situation where they're like, we're going to take all this and we're just going to neglect the actual product and put it into Marathon. rather than.
Oh, dude, Bungie's done that multiple times, and maybe this is their hubris finally catching up to them. I don't know.
Tends to. They already use Prime for in-game rewards through Prime Gaming. Yeah.
Yep. They already do that.
Yeah.
They do that with like with Twitch. They like they have
They do that with Twitch, and they've done it for New World as well.
I cannot right now fathom like why I would turn off my Prime sub, because we get so much value out of that. As you know, like as a family, we order a lot of stuff off Amazon, and then it's like, oh cool, I got Prime Video, I got these benefits. It's like, yeah, of course. Like it's just like incentivize.
I'm subscription now.
Well, I think a lot of people are, and that's why bundling services together.
Everything is a subscription these days because it guarantees a revenue flow.
Monthly recurring revenue, baby.
When everything is a subscription,
MMR.
You wind up paying instead of like $100 every couple months, you spend $100 every month.
Yeah.
Like subscriptions are just crazy.
I've even got
regular. Deluxe or regular version? I mean, I don't even know what the deluxe version gives.
If you want some cosmetics, go deluxe. I honestly would always say recommend buy the cheapest version.
Yeah, I mean,
you can always buy the stuff later if you want it, but
I can't even see what the deluxe version gives.
The only subscription in my head I can justify is GeForce Now.
Yes.
And that's because it's kind of like a utility, like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where when Throne and Liberty, for me, they haven't officially announced it, but I would be surprised if it's not supported. But GeForce Now, Throne and Liberty, let's go. And that will be one reason why I end up playing more Throne and Liberty, because that literally is becoming the litmus test. Can I play this game on GeForce Now? Yes or no? No. All right. Well, you let me know when, because I got so many other great games that I'm enjoying.
But even with WoW, I've kind of gone off it because it's like I don't want to be paying this much money every month just to play this game. And it's like, and everybody's like, yeah, but it's an MMO, and I'm like, yeah, but Monster Hunter Worlds is MMO like. Don't need to pay a sub for it. Like, there's a ton of games out there which are MMOs in the sense that they're massively multiplayer online.
Yeah.
That need me to pay $15 a month just to get access, pay a box price, and then continue to have a cash drop thrown in my face.
Yeah. After playing No Rest for the Wicked, and going and playing Diablo 4, and again, I haven't played PoE, but I know people are excited about PoE too, and I hope it crushes. I really hope it just is awesome. And maybe I'll check it out. I'm just not gonna commit to it because it's like I played Diablo and I was like, yeah, this is fun, but man, this is nowhere near what No Rest for the Wicked is giving me, and that's where I'm like, yeah, let's go with that.
Brian, time to evangelize. Someone asked, "What's GeForce Now?"
Oh, dude. Oh, welcome. Oh man, I've been on the pro GeForce Now.
Keep in your pants, Brian.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, my pants are getting tighter. I've been on the pro GeForce Now camp for such a long time. But to let you guys know, I'm now an official GeForce Now ambassador. That means I get a free version of GeForce Now. I did not accept it, and I gave that to my wife because I am a founding member of GeForce Now, and they said that if I ever left the ambassadorship program, then I wouldn't be able to be eligible to get that founder rate. So I was like, oh, screw that. I'll have two. I'll take two, please. And so GeForce Now is like you renting a high-end PC. So my when I play on GeForce Now, I'm playing on a 4080 in the cloud. As soon as like the 5080s are out, I'll be playing on 5080 on the cloud. It costs me, I think, $16 a month. It is an incredible way to play video games because, like you see with the big time streamers, they'll have like two PCs. It's the same concept, except for the second PC is in a data center and no lag, great experience, absolutely just a freaking blast.
I play most of my games now on GeForce Now.
And now with Brian having the big tight pants and whatnot. Hold on a second, I gotta find it.
All right.
We all now need.
I need an adult.
Yeah, pretty much. So Autism Maximus says, I'm confused. So what's the difference in this new world versus the one we played a year ago? Was it early access, alpha, or some? No, so it's the main game, but with this version, they're adding in content, but this is essentially a relaunch. They're bringing it to console. they're bringing crossplay to it. And holy freaking crap, Hyrule Farmer dropping a 10 spot over on Twitch. Thank you. Let's up that member goal. That takes us, that would be 30 of 25. So that would take us to 5 of 25. And I owe you guys 5.
Couple
Brian, it would be 10 of 25.
Couple questions on the YouTube side.
20, if you did 10, that'd be 30, right? So
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay. I was like, I've been decent at math my whole life. What is happening to me? No. All right, one second.
Questions on your plug of GeForce Now.
Yeah.
T asked no delay, and Doom Beak asked does it work on low end PCs?
It does, dude. That's why I use it, because I'm lucky. I'm fortunate. My wife supports me in my crazy gaming aspect. So I know that like my life and gaming isn't everybody's. So I do have a 4090. Like that is the PC that I have right now. However, I then don't have to worry. Like I can play that experience on every computer in my house, on every computer and TV and handheld. And it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, dude. Like I don't have to be married to this. I can sit down and get this experience on occasion, but I got 6 kids, guys, and I tell you, gaming is a treat. And that's why from a stream, when people are like, you want to be a full-time streamer and stuff, F no, because I cannot commit to any kind of schedule. When I retire, that's when I will be a full-time streamer and content creator.
I live in the English countryside. You know, and it's just woods around me. I have 0 lag on it. I'm playing games, you know, full ray tracing, full everything.
Yeah.
0 lag, absolutely nothing. There's no image compression whatsoever that I can notice. And I just pay for the premium, which for me is about £18 a month. And honestly, I think it's a fifth of the price I would have to pay if I was paying for, you know, a card of the same equivalent.
All right, and I just sent out the 5 members that I owe you guys. So 6 stars, Senator, Crash for President. I always love when I see recurring names in here. Ziggy and Pride St. Clair. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoy the membership stuff.
Where is it? Never played before. Is it worth buying?
Yeah.
The beta.
Yeah.
Is it worth buying the game and playing now before the update, or will I be disappointed in the current state of the?
I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. I think honestly, so here's where I fall in. There are so many times I talk to gamers. So I played Final Fantasy 14 1.0, for example. People said I was crazy, but so many more people now today say, man, I really wish I checked it out. So if you decide to step in today and play the version, which does support controllers, there are, you know, issues. But overall, like it is today already is a much better experience, you know, with all the other stuff. You'll also be able to share in like, oh man, I do remember what it was like a little bit before the update. I do remember like that not being a thing, and now that's a thing. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I'm also a guy who plays early access games. So I don't know, like being that, I think somebody said it, you know, being that I do have so many children, you can see that I do have like an insane level of patience that I know isn't shared nor should be required to be to enjoy gaming. What's up, New Spin? How you been, man? I don't think we've said hi to you, talked to you in a while.
You have lots of wearing grasshopper.
This explains.
Bluked? No, it's not a monthly sub. It's a
no sub.
It's buy to play. So you pay $30 to the base game. If you want to continue, pay additional $30 for the expansion.
If you already have the expansion, you pay nothing and you're back. But if you're buying the games flat out on console, people say it starts at $60 and there's an $80 version. And I recommend the 60.
I've never played Eve.
I always buy base.
I don't think Brian's ever played Eve either.
No, it's on the list of like, oh, maybe I'll check that out some point. But then again, like, there's so many games that sit by the wayside with me, and that I'm like, oh, I'd love to sit down. I'd love to play more Enshrouded. I love Enshrouded. It's a fun game. I really enjoy every time. I enjoy every time I sit down and play it.
I believe it's on sale.
Enshrouded or New World?
All right, the pile.
Yeah, New World's not on sale.
I wonder if they will like do a sale pre it going up, you know, because there is a month. But then again, they
probably will.
But they also like the only reason why I think they might not is that they literally have Throne of Liberty coming out in a week, you know? And so it's like, oh, okay. I don't see that there's a financial incentive for them to put the game on sale yet until after the Aeternum launches.
They need a massive free expansion to bring old people back. Wish I can enjoy New World again. I mean,
they're like in this version, there is a raid, like a 10-man, you know, raid. So there's a new piece of content. They've also like there is stuff. It's not like super media. I'm level 65, right? I'm not gonna have to do that leveling experience. I'm already ready to go and for the new content. But yeah, like that's gonna be something that I think that's why you'll keep hearing me say it's not about October, it's about what happens after October. Because I think that they should announce that in October 2025 that there's an expansion. Like I think they should just come out and say, hey guys, it's shrouded in mystery. We're not going to tell you about it, but in October, new expansion time. And that way people are like, oh, and then they should come back with a follow-up and say, and then also in October 2026, and we're going to do another expansion. And then it's like, anybody who's then, like you guys are asking me these questions, and someone's like, hey, should I check it out? Should I play? What's this game's future like? It's like, well, they keep saying what they're going to do. They do it, and they, you know, there's some steps like, you know, Scott has said multiple times, they've taken, you know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back multiple times, and they're trying to cut out that step backwards and always have it, you know, moving forward. And I think overall, like they are getting there, but you know, we'll see what's happening. Is it playing well on the Xbox X? I have an Xbox X, Carl. I have not played it yet on the Xbox X. I've heard a lot of really good things from the PS5 players in chat. I would assume that would be comparable in experience, but I do also have a PS5. So after today's stream, which, oh my gosh, we've already gone well over 2 hours. I probably should wrap up because I would like to play more games and not be in trouble. I'm gonna go check that out, and I'll put out a video for you guys. So if you guys are a part of this, also you hear people in voice chat. There is no requirements. If you want to be a part of this community, top link in the description. It's free to get into the Discord, and if you want to come hang out in voice chat, it's always an open mic invitation. We do community. I kind of think of this as kind of my live streams as call-in shows where we get to hang out, we get to talk about whatever. And that means sometimes we piss off certain sections of the internet. And that also means sometimes they ignore us and we all have a good fun time. So like it is going to be that. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, Miles will vary.
I trust everyone in here except for Yemrin. It's kind of shady.
He's shady. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I'm gonna make sure, you know, I see I missed a call from my wife, so I need to go jump in on see what she needs and see what else I need to do wrapping up my work day before the weekend and whatnot. Thank you guys again for oh wow, 121 likes. We had over 207 people here. You know, if you guys are new and you know you like the content, I hope to see you back here. I don't have a streaming schedule because I never know when I'm gonna go live, so the easiest way to find out is being subscribed or being a part of the Discord. And I really appreciate you guys today hanging out with me and all the questions. Also, shout out to the members and let's see if I can pull up the activity because I try to make the streams and this goes for the podcast and more. No, like not interrupting you guys with ads and stuff like that. Azur with 10 gifted subs over on Twitch. We had Hyrule Farmer with 10 gifted subs over there, and I gifted you guys the 5 that I owed you for the member goal. So woo, server, we're on Maramba on the live server. We're on Maramba, and we have all that information in Discord and whatnot. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to see what kind of time I can take off because I'm looking forward to jumping back into New World. I continue to tell people I love this game, but I'm also somebody who says take breaks. If you're not having fun, take a break. You'll find that you enjoy games more when you have a level of variety, as opposed to like I only play one game. I've only played this one game for 5,000 hours and now I hate it. It's like, well, no shit.
And I'm gonna do an exit soundboard just for you,
please,
Brian.
Take me out and I'll answer him.